just dropping some spooky goodness for the fall season because No One Will Save You was a great surprise and major twist on the home invasion genre that you should be watching. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the whole plot, some interesting themes, what that ending actually means, and of course, our reaction and review. I'm J-Buck. Welcome to J-Buck Studios. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like and subscribe button as it really helps out the channel and allows us to keep making these videos for you. Now let's beam up into No One Will Save You. So No One Will Save You kicks off introducing Bryn Adams, full of pep, but insecure, as we can assume that she's a bit of a loner, living by herself, really loves her model village setup in her living room, but an outcast from the rest of Mill River. Two big things are established quickly in this movie. Bryn is torn up about something from her past. Something with her childhood best friend, Maud, is tormenting her a bit. Even though it's been roughly 10 years since her passing, Bryn is broken up about it, writing letters to Maud, reminiscing over old photos of the pair. Whatever it is, it had to have been
unforgivable.
Because later in the story, Bryn seeks out help at the police station only to run into Maud's parents, and her mother flat out spits in Bryn's face, absolutely disregarding any sort of humanity towards her. The other thing that is stirring about is aliens.
What?
You guessed it, Bryn one night has a home intruder only to realize that it is a full-on gray alien extraterrestrial dude trying to snatch her up. With its telekinesis powers, it puts up a good fight, but Bryn is able to stab it in the head with a broken piece of her model village. Obviously, aliens aren't supposed to be there, so she heads to town seeking for help, but soon realizes a majority of the residents are possessed by the very same aliens that tried to attack her the night before, all having some sort of squiggle insect creature in their throats controlling them. Now, it's heavily hinting that Bryn may be the last survivor, as multiple burned grass circles are seen overhead, similar burned circles that Bryn noticed at the beginning of the film, hinting at the aliens' tractor beams having been used, dozens of times, and they are among us. Bryn rushes home and embodies her inner Kevin McAllister, booby trap in her house for the aliens' eventual return that evening, where Bryn is chased all night by various forms of these little alien dudes, as we got the stoic Steve creature, the little gremlin Gary, and of course big old daddy long legs Daryl. I gotta say, some of these chase sequences were tense and scary as hell. Now, throughout this movie, intentional or not, I was getting a lot of religious undertones and almost a journey of Bryn forgiving herself while forgiving the sins she had committed. For example, Bryn visits her friend's grave at the cemetery. There is a church in her model village town setup. Bryn even tries to go to a church for refuge from the aliens. Heck, all of the aliens could be chalked up as demons, especially the daddy longlegs looking boy, sharing qualities with other satanic demons, all of which are going after Bryn because of her sinful past. The lights of the tractor beam and several grass-burned circles could be a rapture-like event. All of the believers and faithful people of Mill River are taken up to the pearly gates, while Bryn is left alone. Lastly, the pose Bryn makes when she's caught in the red tractor beam, which again, blue and red, good and evil, but the pose looks very similar to the pose of Baphomet, a goat-headed occultist and satanic deity, sometimes referred to as the sabbatic goat, and the hand symbols of as above, so below, that in these two opposites there is still union. I'm no doubt digging way too deep into all of this, but even in an interview quote from director Brian Duffield, he mentions designing an alien religion and stuff like that. So,
hey, it could happen.
Let me know in the comments if I'm reaching for this or you saw the similarities too. Now, the ending has a few big and yet subtle reveals, first of which is Bryn being possessed by one of these squiggle beep creatures, throwing us off that all of this was simply a dream, and none of the alien invasion actually happened. We can assume this is a similar dream that all of the other possessed residents are living through, as Bryn instead rips the creature out of her throat. However, this then materializes into a duplicate of Bryn and slowly hunts down the original. I saw this sequence as kind of a metaphor for Bryn attempting to forgive herself for whatever happened in the past, as the two then embrace, but it's cut short as they stab and cut one another, with the original Bryn dispatching the clone. Though Bryn's escape is cut short, a tractor beam beams down, sucking her up into the ship as the other aliens examine her in a dark, voided room. I was just waiting for Stranger Things 11 to walk out telling Bryn that she was part of the Stranger Things initiative. Here, though, the aliens tap into Bryn's memories and the big reveals about her past are finally shown. Bryn had lived happily with her mother, the two often building models for her makeshift village together, so we now know or can understand the sentimental reasoning behind this for Bryn since her mother is no longer living. We then learn Bryn and Maud's past as it weaves through a police scene of Maud's father devastated about something, and that something happens to be a dead Maud. As it is revealed, Bryn and Maud had gotten into a childhood argument, causing Maud to shove Bryn to the ground, and Bryn to return the blow with a rock to her head, resulting in Maud's death. All of this has been symbolizing the past trauma Bryn had to deal with and how tragic her story has been.
Emotional damage!
Writing the same letters to Maud, but suffering from intense guilt, shame, terror, as you can see her writing is trembling, unlike in present day, where we can assume that she had buried it all down below, hiding it from herself and the world. Now, in the last second twist, the aliens see this and allow Bryn to live, instead of implementing her into the new world society that they've created. This is essentially the perfect life that she had hoped for. Everyone is friendly, she doesn't have to worry about the past trauma coming to the forefront, and dances lovingly with her crush. But why did the aliens allow this? No lie, they feel bad for her past, and this is their way of consoling her.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Very Twilight Zone-esque, but the final dance and song number spells all of this out via the lyrics of Knock on Any Door by Ruby Murray. The lyrics talk about a friendly town, smiles on everyone's face, and if you need any consolation, friendly conversation, knock on any door. Allowing Bryn to live this dream is their way of consoling her. And all of this is pulling from the cute little model village her and her mom built, a cute little town I'm sure Bryn dreamed of living in, and subtly the ending dance song, Look Into the Camera, is taken from Bryn's favorite movies from the 40s, 50s, and 60s as shown on her walls of her childhood room. So basically, Bryn has the perfect life she always dreamt of, but in a Twilight Zone unsettling twist, it's a world invaded by aliens and everyone is possessed. A happily ever after ending that leaves you feeling something a little odd.
In my hometown.
Who would have thought combining Signs, The Strangers, A Quiet Place, and a pinch of Home Alone would have served up a fresh and fun, genre-smashing alien invasion thriller like No One Will Save You? Surprised is the best word to use for this, for the story, twists, underlying themes, and acting from Kaitlyn Dever. I'm a big fan of show, don't tell movies, and I'm pretty sure 90 words are said in the entire movie, which only adds to the eerie, atmospheric tension of everything that's happening. I absolutely loved that minimal dialogue approach. I'm going to give No One Will Save You an 8 out of 10. Some VFX feel off, but the way that they crafted the aliens with their sporadic movements and making them different helped make up for what was lacking. Daddy Longlegs alien, no thank you, please. But the sound design around the aliens' kooky speech patterns on top of the drowning sound of the tractor beam gave this movie those booming, terrifying moments. Introducing the aliens within the first, 10 minutes of this was a huge curveball that, again, added to the unexpected freshness of the movie. I think the ending will be the most divisive part for viewers. Personally, I thought that it summed up everything in a twisted, again, Twilight Zone finish for Brynn. Hopeless even, but it's the perfect last note to end on, being a happy fairy tale ending on the surface with something much more dark looming above and, I guess, about. Honestly, I wish I could have experienced this on the big screen, but hey, here we are on streaming with the likes of Prey from last year. Anyway, that is everything for No One Will Save You, a surprising Hulu spooky alien invasion movie. But what did you think of the movie? Let me know anything and everything, and if you saw other themes or things we missed, please let us know in the comments. Also, giveaway competitions have started up, as we'll be giving away 2 copies of Across the Spider-Verse on the 15th of October, and all you gotta do to get a chance of winning this is like this video, make sure to subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts of No One Will Save You. We picked the comments at random, and the winners of our last giveaway are on screen right now. So if that's you, message me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at my respective handle. And if you haven't, please check out all of my other social media accounts for my Shorts and Clips YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything. Please and thank you. Any and all support really helps the channel and keeps us making these videos for you, so thank you. Peace out, and we'll see ya in the next one.